Hello everybody, I hope you are doing fine and welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to show you how a multiple regression model can be estimated using the robust PLSe2 estimator in EQS. So this is our multiple regression model. We have two predictors. Factor 1 is interpersonal conflict with 4 items and factor 2 is role conflict with 3 items. They are correlated and both of them predict our factor 3, which is negative effect with 4 items. Note that we don't have any scaling items in this application, and the variance of factor 1, factor 2 and this disturbance variance have been fixed to 1. So it's always a good idea that we fix the variances of the predictor factors and also the disturbance variance of the outcome factors to 1 and allow the factor loadings to be estimated when we would like to estimate the model based on the PLSe2 methodology. Okay, now to obtain the PLSe2 results, what we can do is that we just take the EQS file of this model and under the specification sections of that particular file, we just change the method of estimation from maximum likelihood to PLSe2. We also need to add one extra section to this EQS file, which is the technical section, and under technical section we have to add this statement: start is equal to PLS. Now let's go to the EQS file of this model and make these changes and get the PLSe2 results. Okay, first let me open my EQS file. So this is the EQS file for our multiple regression model. As you remember, we had two multivariate outliers. They have been excluded from the analysis, and the method of analysis was maximum likelihood plus the robust method. You can also see the equations, variances, and the covariances here. Okay, first let me run the model again to see the results based on maximum likelihood, and then we will change the EQS file to get the results based on the PLSe2 methodology. We will also compare the results across the two methods. So let's run this model. Alright, let me just go down to the end of this results report. Here you can see all of these standardized factor loadings and also the standardized path coefficients between the predictors and the outcome. You can also see the R-square values as well as the correlation between the two factors. So these are the results based on maximum likelihood. Let me close that. In order to get the results based on PLSe2 methodology, what we need to do is to just delete maximum likelihood and key in PLSe2. At the end of the file, we also need to add the technical section. And under technical, we add this statement: start is equal to PLS. Alright. So let me just save this EQS file as model 1 PLSe2 method. Alright, now we can simply run this model to get the results based on PLSe2 methodology. Alright, it's done. Let me just scroll down to the end of the file. Here you can see all of these factor loadings that are basically standardized factor loadings because we are under the standardized solution section. And you can also see the standardized path coefficients between factor 1 and factor 3 and also between factor 2 and factor 3. Let me open the results based on the maximum likelihood method and compare the results across the two methods as well. Okay, so here on the right hand side you can see the results based on maximum likelihood method, and on the left hand side you can see the results based on PLSe2 methodology. Let me just scroll down to the end. Now here you can simply compare the results in terms of factor loadings. Here for IC1 based on PLSe2 we have 0.64, and based on maximum likelihood it is 0.602. You can simply see the rest of the factor loadings and basically they are comparable. In terms of the R-square values, you can see that both predictors based on maximum likelihood methodology explain 32.1% of negative effect, but here based on PLSe2 methodology, the explained variance in our outcome factor is 33.3. Okay, the correlation between the two factors based on the PLSe2 method is 0.541, and based on maximum likelihood it is 0.488. Let me just go to the variances section. Here you can see the variances for all of these residual variances that have been estimated based on maximum likelihood and also based on PLSe2 methodology. You could see that all of them are statistically significant, and basically they have been displayed here. Let me just scroll up to the robust fit indices. Okay, so these are the fit indices based on maximum likelihood. Here you could see that the Satorra-Bentler scale chi-square is 537.54 and the degrees of freedom is 41. Here, based on the PLSe2 method, the Satorra-Bentler chi-square statistics is 744.15 and the degrees of freedom is of course 41. And in terms of the fit indices, you could see that here CFI based on PLSe2 is 0.918, and here based on maximum likelihood it is 0.942. RMSE here is 0.093, and with respect to maximum likelihood method it is 0.078. Alright, now you have seen the results across these two methods. I hope you liked this video and thanks for watching.